Hey guys, I wanted to explain more of the short that I uploaded. Uh, I think I said the new neighbor crazy or gone nuts, whatever
New
it
neighbor
was.
guy gone nuts.
Yeah, new neighbor guy gone nuts. I that short that I did was just literally briefly at the end. They just let us go back inside. Um, so now I want to explain. There's a lot that I actually left out and that was just not recorded. So I want to explain that. So we're gonna boom kick off right to the start of the beginning. I was on my way literally back home from grocery shopping. There is it's like a horseshoe road takes us to the place we live. Okay, and it's like a slight hill. So basically, I'm driving up the hill, getting ready to pull into driveway, but I was going to pull in backwards and drive up to the door because I got a lot of groceries. And right before I just begin to start, just getting ready to back up, I see this lady. I don't want to say like full on sprinting because she had a
Her hands
baby.
were full.
Yeah, she had a baby with her.
A
Turns out it was
bag.
her 5-year-old son, and she was just crying and just I don't just in a hurry. Basically, she's in a hurry. She's crying, and we see this inside our vehicle, and our AC was on, so the windows are up. And since ours is more of a newer car, you don't really hear a lot of the outside noise. Okay, so you just see this woman crying with this baby, and then you see this male figure chasing after her. And at first, I was like, I didn't know what was going on. When something like that happens, you don't really comprehend it. You're just like, what's going on? And I open my door and I say, what's going on? And she's sobbing, guys. I mean, she's literally freaked out. And she's like, I think she said
Mm-hmm.
husband's chasing me. And it just instantly, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's just like my father instincts because I got two kids myself. Just instantly kicked in, and I can't tell you what I said to him. What did I say to him the first time?
I think you told him get back inside.
Yeah, I said get back.
Yeah.
And he like once she actually like made like talk to us and let us know what was like going on. And this is quickly, guys. I'm kind of slowing it down, but it happened so quickly. Um, he kind of put up his hands, kind of like as in, really, you're taking this out to public. You're our neighbors, and the crazy part is, I guess they've been there for like a couple months, but this
Two
is
months
this is
now.
the first time I actually knew there was a woman and a baby there. I saw the guy before, but not often. So all this was like crazy, crazy in my head, and I already had a crazy day. It was a good day, but it was just crazy throughout the whole day. And let me get back to my topic. Kind of, put his hands up, and he's like kind of still is slowly walking now down here. And the only thing I could just think of is, I mean, she's literally, help me, cries. She's sobbing with this little boy in her hands. And this guy, after I told him the first time, he didn't listen.
He
And
started walking towards you.
yeah, I have a handgun. I was gonna say license to carry, but in Indiana you don't need that anymore. So, and I always carry it with me. It's always where I can have easy access. And the crazy part is, I I don't know, man. It's just a lot of bad crap happened. We're in the freaking either the right place at the right time or the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay, and shit like this has happened. I can a handful of time to us, whether it's just me and my wife, whether it's me, my wife, my kids, me, my wife, our friends, you name it. Okay, I guess we have a thing for crazy shit, and it just instantly I was like, dude, this guy's not stopping, and she's freaked out. Literally, he's like, I want to put it to you. I've only seen it on TV. Like I said, I've had shit happen to us before, but nothing like a woman begging for help, screaming with her baby. You know, I've only seen that on the news or on TV like this. I've always told myself I need to be prepared for situations like this. And today was that day. But it was almost as if she was afraid she was, I don't want to say die, but it was almost that intense. I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
how intense it was. And I'm so proud of just how I acted, and I'm proud how my wife acted, because it could have went either, it could go either way. Um, but that's when he started to continue to walk just towards us. I was like, okay, this shit's done. This is real. Okay, there ain't no, he ain't listening to me. So I actually grabbed my handgun, still in the holster. I have a black plastic holster that has a lever to release it. And in today's world, and in the state of Indiana, there, I literally, he wasn't chasing her with a baseball bat, no weapon at all. Okay, he had nothing in his hands, so I actually can't pull out my gun and point it at him. I can't do that. I can get in trouble for that. But what I did was I took my gun and it's still, like I said, still in the holster. And then instead of me, because my door's open, guys, my Explorer's like this. Here's the road. It's like this, and their house, apartment, whatever it was, is like right here. There's two. There's an empty one right here. They're right here, and there's a car up here. My door's open. Okay, at that point, my door's open. Um, my wife actually is over here, kind of. She's over there on the phone with the police, trying to explain the whole situation. And so he doesn't see my handgun at first, and then I step away from like the side of my door, and then I put my gun right here as I'm standing up. So I'd be like this, and then he sees it. He sees it. He's like, okay, this guy's not. I'm not. Even though I never told him I never even told him I had my gun. Actually, it was instant. Boom, right here. He sees it, and I told him. I said, you need to get the fuck inside your house now. And that moment, like I said, it was so fast, but it just seems like forever. The only thing that I knew in my head, because I didn't know if he actually went inside, because it's like I said, it's like an apartment, but they have a garage too. So the garage is right here, and then the apartment's kind of like right here. So there's a gap there where the door is. So I didn't know if this guy was just kind of hiding behind this gap to where we couldn't see him, or if he actually went inside, because where I was parked, I couldn't see. But in my head, I was like, I can't look away, just in case this guy was still there. And instantly, in my head, as they're talking to the dispatch, um, as they're talking to dispatch, guys, I'm at work right now, so I'm trying to be quiet. I'm sorry.
And your phone's gonna die.
And my phone's gonna die. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm just at work. One of my bosses is upstairs, so I'm trying to be quiet. So I gotta speed it up. At that point, I instantly just was like, it's like, I just kicked in. I was like, does he have any weapons? And she goes, he does have a gun. And I didn't ask her at the time. I didn't ask her what type of gun it was. I was just like, do you know if he has any sort of weapon? And she goes, he does have a gun. I believe it's still in the car.
She said in their trunk.
Yeah, in the trunk. But she couldn't give me like a. She couldn't say for sure. She's like, I last knew it was in the trunk. So like, dude, it was like a standoff almost. Even though I couldn't see him, I was using my door as a barricade. And at that moment, my wife actually took her and her boy.
I grabbed her hand and told her to follow me.
I told her to open her door to use it as a barricade, and then they kind of got behind or on the side of the Explorer. And dude, it was so intense, and I was just, and I also felt bad because this little 5-year-old boy, he's watching me. Now I'm not watching them only because my eyes, I was just straight on I had my right here, my hands on my gun, my thumb is on my lever, because I have a lever that I have to hit it to release it. That's the only thing I was in. Now I did not have one in the chamber already. That's just not who I am. I had a magazine, full magazines for 10 rounds in there, but I would do it. It was insane. It was literally insane. I was just watching, because in my head I didn't know if this guy was going to come out and just, in my neighborhood, which I have 2 kids myself. They're at school. We have nice people in our neighborhood. We have old people. We have younger people. It's just nice, It was just so intense. I was just like, dude, I can't take my eyes off this. And the cops actually came pretty quickly. It just, like I said, it just seemed forever. And Wynonna Lake responded first. Here, guys, my mouth's getting dry. They responded first because they're closer. But the sheriff's actually, where we live, it's considered country. So that's their jurisdiction. Once he came, dude, the relief was just unreal. Now, at the time, my door was still, because once he kind of came behind us, just instantly, I was like, there's no need for me to, have my hand on my gun. And we all kind of backed towards him. Now, my door was still open, used as like a barricade. And he came in. She was talking to him. Basically, she was actually at work. And he started like blowing up her phone.
He was accusing her with a
I'm not going to get personal with what was going on. All I know, like I said, I don't really know exactly. All I know is it just got intense. It got intense really, really bad. Wynonna Lake comes. He's talking to the girl, writing everything down. Then the sheriff department comes, and he actually comes outside. Kind of slowly comes outside. And the sheriff department, both of the 2 sheriff officers, instantly went up to him, basically explained it. And now, let's fast forward to the short. They leave, she leaves, she took her son, and she ended up leaving. He was not charged of anything. I'm just saying that right off the bat. There is details that I do know what happened. Basically, there are new neighbors. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about their personal life within like 2 minutes. That honestly, I probably didn't know, but since I happened to be there, my wife happened to be there and witnessed the whole thing, we learned about it. And so they end up leaving. He is home. He's still home. I can kind of tell you, because the cop basically tried to get him set up for mental health, because he admitted to some anger issues or something. Crazy part is his dad is a police officer was for the Albion Police Department. So I'll let you guys. Everybody has their own opinion, but him getting off the hook when he was going berserk with a 5-year-old there before she was even there was insane. But that is that's just the story that I couldn't tell you guys in a short because I only had 60 seconds. It was nuts. It was literally just like a standoff, except for he didn't actually have a weapon, which is a good thing. In the end, nobody was hurt. I'm thankful. But is this situation going to happen between those 2 again? I can guarantee it. She was not happy with the end result, with how the sheriff department handled it.
She wanted him gone.
I can tell you that. And she even told the officers that she's in one direction and he's in the other. And like I said, this is probably not going to be the only video. Maybe for now, but there might be another video in the future of this crazy neighbor dude. And it sucks. Like I said, man, I got 2 kids of my own who love playing out front, back. We got neighbors, elderly neighbors, you know, it's just nuts. But this is the story. And I didn't record it. And
we'll record it
I
next
had
time.
my GoPro with me in my car, but something like that, like I said, this is what I pulled up to. I pulled up to this woman screaming and crying. You know, in my head, I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna bring and put on my GoPro and film this. Probably should have, only because it would have captured, because we saw it with our own eyes of him chasing her. With that,
Yeah.
we witnessed that we knew, okay, this isn't right. So I the only thing I could tell people is, and I even try to tell her, is always record, guys. Always have a video when something like that happens. Only because, like I said, how the sheriff department handled it, it's kind of like, well, he's saying this, you're saying this, you know, and if you have video proof, it just changes everything. But that's the video. And I'll see you guys on whatever next video or lost photo shoot project I'm doing. But I just wanted to make this so you guys actually know, holy cow, there's a lot more to that short than what you guys actually saw. So, I'm out, and I get off work in 2 hours, so peace out.